Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I am so happy to be back. I have had the craziest month ever, and I apologize I wasn't here for the last 2 weeks. We were very busy getting a high school senior through graduation and senior trips and things like that. So I'm back. And for those of you that have not heard me before, welcome to the show. Normally I post weekly and discuss all sorts of things amputee wise, but living your best life kind of avenue. And yeah, like I said, it was a crazy time of my life, and I am now pretty much through it. Now both of my kiddos are college kids, and yeah, we're on a different spectrum of family life now. So with that being said, I am back. I have a great summer planned, just going to be chilling out, getting time to breathe and be myself again, just enjoy the moments that we have before college starts. And so it is a really unique time in our lives as a family, but also, just like I said, going through the last month, really the last month or so has been really intense with everything that was going on in my personal life and all the things that just, happen. I mean, it is life. We are living life, and I need to learn to be okay with missing a week or two when life events call me. And so that's where I've been. I've been on a senior trip out to California, Huntington Beach, Disneyland, for 5 days with the senior class, and my husband and I did that together. Then we had a week prepping up for graduation time, his graduation. Then we had a graduation party afterwards. So it was just one thing after the next. I felt like I was getting beaten down by the waves of the ocean at this point in time, and learning to surface and swim again. And so it's just been just really crazy. But I'm so excited to be back here. And I'm literally juggling 1,000 different things. And of course, now that the temperatures are ramping up here in Arizona, our AC went out in our bedroom. So I have an AC guy that was here looking at stuff, said he found a part. He's like, I'll be back in an hour. I'm like, great, I'm gonna record my podcast. So wish me luck. We're gonna see if we can get through this. This past Friday, I had the pleasure of getting back out on a boat on a lake. Yeah, we have water here in the desert in Arizona, Bartlett Lake, and working with AZ Adaptive Water Sports. And they held an event like all day Friday for those of us with limb loss, to get back on the water or out on the water for the first time, to experience life that way. And I used to water ski growing up. I water skied some with our family. I'm originally from Illinois. And we would go to Wisconsin, and that's where we would kind of spend our summer vacations. We're camping or living in a cabin for a week or so, and fishing and boating and playing on the dock, and fires in the evenings, things like that. So we were an outdoor family, and I loved getting out fishing with my brothers and my dad. But we also would water ski some, and so having some of that in my background, and even up to right before my injury in 2013, we actually got a boat and went out onto Bartlett Lake. No, it was Lake Pleasant. And I got up on a wakeboard for the first time, because normally we just do skis, water skis. Well, Friday, I decided, how badly could it be? How different could it be to water ski with one leg? It was different. It was very different. Didn't realize how much, when you're sitting in the water and the boat's kind of towing you and making the rope taut, that one ski buddies up against another to keep you from rocking over left or right and falling into the water. So when you only have one ski and one leg, that buddy system doesn't work anymore. And every time I'd say hit it, by the time the hit it reached their ears and actually became an action, I was tipping. So I really, really struggle with the long rope, but I have to tell you, I'm so excited. I did the boom off the side of the boat, And besides the fact that it took massive upper body strength, I got up, I did my thing, one ski on the water, and did that 3 or 4 times. It was awesome. Had a great boat driver who's worked with different athletes of all levels and coached and everything in water sports, and been a water skier himself. And I had some awesome backup from my PT team from Touchstone Rehabilitation. So Dan and his wife and Diane that all work at Touchstone. We're all there videotaping me, cheering me on. Had a great time. And the fact was, I got done, did the long rope again, almost got up with the long rope after getting a feel of what it was like to be up and skiing on one leg. Got back on the long rope again, and first couple tries, nope. And I was getting upper body tired. And the final try, finally got my butt out of the water a little bit, but then kind of lost it. So stopped on that because I knew I was getting tired and we had to give other people a shot. But I have to tell you that I sat there on the side of the dock, didn't have my prosthetic on, just sitting there drying off, enjoying the beautiful weather when you're nice and cool and wet from the lake. The heat and the dryness kind of dry you up pretty quick, and it's just kind of a great feeling. And it was just, peaceful. Like I just felt really, just after everything that's been going on and the craziness of life, and you probably all know what I'm talking about. We all have those ups and downs where you feel like your life's going 100 miles an hour and you're trying just to keep up. And that's where I've been. So I haven't had time for me or to slow down. I really hadn't posted much on social media. I hadn't podcasted in 2 weeks. And I thought, I sat there and I was just kind of reminiscing on how fortunate I felt to be able to go and participate in this. But then what struck me and what I really wanted to talk about and hit on today was for your benefit. And it was the thought that came to my head. And then I had a conversation with one of the prosthetists in my office that was there, because my prosthetist office was there and some of those patients, and my PT's office was there with some of their patients. And, I started thinking about, I feel really lucky and blessed that I have an opportunity to do this. I'm really fortunate to know people that put these things on for people like me who don't own a boat, don't have the boom to go off the side of the boat to be able to do those types of things, don't own water skis, things like that. And there's a lot of sports out there that we can do as amputees or people that are have a deficit some way, that you get these opportunities. But here's the catch. I was this close to not doing it because I had so many other things to do, and it was just one more thing I didn't want to put on my schedule. And I have to say that I was, a little fearful, like what would happen? I've got one good knee. I know my husband was very nervous about me going out because I can't have blow out my other knee, that would be horrible. And so I know without a doubt that if I hadn't faced a fear of those things happening or anything bad happening, or faced the fear of the unknown, or who is going to be there and how is it all going to go and what does it look like to do this and what kind of equipment and what kind of activities can I do, I would have just said thanks but no thanks and not have experienced what I got to experience. And then I started talking to one of the prosthetists in our office, and I started telling him, I said, really it comes down to what we want to push ourselves to do. And the fact is that there are plenty of opportunities for those of us that are in my situation or just have maybe spinal cord injuries or things like that. I mean, there were people that had limbs but got to go on a mono ski with outriggers, and they got a water ski sitting down because they can't walk. They're in a wheelchair. They're wheelchair bound. There were people like that out there. And I thought, how many people are wheelchair bound that hate their life and are down and out, but they could actually be going out and doing something thrilling like that, and without fear of failure or fear that something bad would happen, because the people there are all very knowledgeable. They had people on water jet skis on either side of this person out there, so nothing was going to happen to them. They had everything safety precaution wise totally in place. They are not just, hey, we've got a boat or two, you guys want to do this. They are trained to do these things for adaptive sports. And I thought, gosh, I just wonder how many people freeze in fear and choose not to do something that ultimately could bring them such great joy or pride in where they're at, and show them that they can live a really full life, and they it's all there for them. And I thought, this has to be talked about. This is definitely something I want to address, because I think that maybe there's people out there listening right now that are like, well, that's great, you can go and do this because you've got this and this in your health and everything. Yeah, you're right. I have worked really hard in the gym to be strong enough to be able to pull myself out of the water, but I didn't have to do it that way. I chose to do the hardest way possible because I'm that person, and I am so stubborn. And I know me. I know that I want to take the highest challenge, and if I can do it, awesome. If I fail at it, I tried. That's where I'm at. But maybe you don't have the capability of walking or balance. Well, then you do something like this other person did that was wheelchair bound. You can get out and do those things. It was just amazing to see. I saw people that were missing 3 limbs. I saw people in wheelchairs. I saw people with double below knee amputees, mine above knee, you name it. There was a plethora of people in different walks of life, all out there trying something new. And you know what all I saw? Smiles. Everybody was so happy to be there, and everybody was so friendly towards each other. It was an incredible experience. And then I just started talking to other amputees and other people with disabilities, and it was just a great camaraderie time to get me out of the house to think about something different besides all the stuff that hadn't been cleaned for the last couple weeks because of graduation and all the ceremonies and all the trips. That it was nice to get away and do something totally different and enjoy myself, leaning on other people. And you know what? There's something thrilling about facing a fear and overcoming it. Even if I didn't get up, I got in the water, I tried it. And now I can kind of judge where I'm at and where I want to go from there. If I want to do it again, or if I want to try something different. And that those are those moments that no one can take away from me. And they make me feel alive and feel whole again. And I urge you to do something that takes you out of your comfort zone. You cannot learn anything about yourself if you stay in a comfort zone. And quite frankly, that's so boring. After a while, yeah, we love being comfortable. We love not having change happen all the time. And I get that. There are moments where it's okay to just be status quo. But if something presents itself and we can actually get out and you can try something new and you can challenge yourself and you can face a fear, those people there are there to help you get through those fears. And, I'm the kind of person that makes jokes. So I start laughing a lot and going, oh my God, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is crazy. And everybody gets a good laugh out of it. But it is my true heart coming out like, really, this is absolutely crazy. Because I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know how my body will react and if I can still balance. Like, I didn't know what it would feel like trying to get on one ski without my prosthetic on. I don't have a counterbalance. It's like putting on a shoe. You'd be very surprised how hard it is to put on one shoe and bring it up to your level when you don't have another leg pushing down the other side. It's really weird. But I do that every day. And every day I have to lean back so far on my bench to get my shoe on so that I don't fall over. And so it's those little things that you don't know till you do it. And you don't understand it till you've been there. But I will tell you that it really does take a mindset that you want to do something more with yourself in your life, that you are more than capable, The human spirit is incredible, and the human brain will do whatever you tell it to do. I said that 3 weeks ago, in my last podcast. I remember talking about the fact is our brain will do whatever we tell it. If we tell our brain that we just can't do it, our brain will know that we can't do it, and that's how it'll process that information. But if we tell our brain that we can do something, maybe we won't do it with flying colors, but our brain will allow us the idea that we can, and that will formulate a little bit more presence for ourselves, where we will be a little bit stronger, a little bit more courageous, and more willing to take on the risk of whether it's making ourselves look like a fool. But you know what I have to tell you? I got out there and did that. If I had fallen flat on my face, there wasn't going to be one person there that was going to be gawking at me and saying what an idiot I looked like, because nobody else can speak to what I'm going through and how hard it is to be off balance, missing 10 pounds of leg and trying to find a new center of balance in water. So, you know what? If someone were to make fun of me, then shame on them, right? Because I'm getting out there and trying. So don't be afraid that someone's gonna make you feel bad or put you down for trying. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it because you are missing a limb, or you're kind of gimpy, or you have been sick and you're weak. Don't let anybody speak to you that way. There are a lot of people out there that do that to knock you down because they feel like crap about themselves. And that's a shame. That's something I used to tell my kids about and my students when I taught, that's what bullies do, right? And bullies are nothing but someone who has a fear of being discovered and their weakness is being discovered. So they put on this huge front and they knock people down with words or physical action so that they can look and feel like they're better than at least one other person. But inside, they're nothing but scared and incompetent people that lack the courage to be themselves and to try things that maybe you're willing to try. So don't let those naysayers say you can't do it. Get out there, try something new, challenge yourself. You will be surprised what invigorating feelings come from facing fears and overcoming challenges and doing something new that you never thought you would ever do again. Like, we don't water ski a lot here in the desert, but the opportunity presented itself, and I thought, well, let's see. I don't know if I can or not, because it's not like we have the equipment as a family to go out and just try it one day. I have skateboards and stuff here. I can go out and give it a shot. I can put my rollerblades on and try it. But when it comes to like water skiing, this was a great opportunity for me to try something totally new and hopefully remember what skills I had before I lost my leg to succeed. And everything the driver and instructor told me, I totally knew. I mean, I get that. I know a lot about me. I know my center of gravity. I know where my strengths are. I know how to find my balance. I know what I need to do. And, he's a two-legger. So he can tell me those things based on experiences from coaching maybe other people that have lost a limb. But until you're in the water, only you'll know what you specifically need to do that works for you. So you listen to some instruction and you tweak it for yourself. So that being said, it was a really great conversation, like I said, that I had with the prosthetist, because I really think that more people need to get out and try these things. And I will say this a million times if I haven't said it once, is your attitude will dictate what it is that you will accomplish in your life. And really all I want to do when I make these podcasts, yes, I tell you, I talk these things through to me for myself. It kind of motivates me to do something more and to do another thing, an activity, try something new, challenge myself. And I might be facing my own fears in the midst of all this. But I say, if I can just get one person to listen to me and just give it a shot, change one person's outlook on their life and where they're at in their life, and face a fear, rise to a challenge, and find some hope and love for themselves in this life, then I've done what I wanted to do. Even if it's one person for each podcast, if somebody gets something out of it that makes them feel great, feel better about themselves, feel empowered, then woohoo, I've done it. That's all I want. Give it a try. You never know what you're going to do with your life if you don't try. And I know we get caught up in the midst of the challenges and the struggles of whatever we're going through. And I know that more than anybody. From 2013 when I hurt myself to 2018 when I decided to cut my own leg off, not personally, I had a doctor do it, but you know what I mean. The choice was mine, and every surgery along the line was mine. And I do not regret a moment of it. Does that mean that it's been easy? Absolutely not. Does it mean that every day is filled with rising to the challenge and doing awesome? No. I will be the first one to tell you that there are so many sucky days and so many frustrating days when I can't do what I really want to do. Like, I was angry when I was in the water and I couldn't get back on the long rope and water ski. I know that I have the balance and the strength to do it, but I could not get out of the water. And so that was frustrating to me, but I did get up, modified, but I got up. Now my goal is, you know what? If I did it perfect every time, then what would I be challenging myself to the next time? Now I know that if I ever get an opportunity to water ski again, I know that my challenge is the long rope behind the boat. I will get there someday. Someday I will get there. And I tell myself that because I want my brain to get it wrapped around its little self to understand that this is my show. This is my life, and I'm going to live it. With all that being said, you probably can guess how I want to wrap this up, and I am making this a shorter one. My goal is to not make you guys listen to hour-long podcasts. I can talk that long, not a problem. But maybe you can't listen for that long, and that's okay. But at the end of my podcast, I always like to do a call to action. And if you've heard of any of my other ones, except for the ones where I've interviewed people, my solo ones like this, I love to end with a call to action because I want you not to just listen, but I want you to intake some of this information and then go use it. What good is it to hear what someone has to say if you can't find some direction afterwards? And maybe you need that. Maybe you need someone to just give you an idea of where to start. And this one's really, really simple. All you need to do is figure out what you've been wanting to do, but what scares you to death. And it may be hard and it may hurt some. Now, I'm telling you right now, don't do anything you're not allowed to do based on what a doctor has told you. But please make sure it's because of where you're at in your medical journey, not because he says, oh, you can't do that. Because I had a doctor say I would never walk again if I amputated. Okay, I'm skiing, water skiing, surfing, hiking, biking. I'm doing it all. So phooey on people that say that. But if your doctor is saying, hey, you're still recovering from that last surgery and you still have staples, then maybe you shouldn't do some things that you're fearful of. So know that you're in the right place first off. Make sure it's okay by your doctor to be doing it and that you have a support system around you and that you take precautions. I go out scootering or I try to get on my boards or whatever. I put on a helmet. I use, wrist guards and elbow guards, knee guards, because I'm not going to be stupid. I'm probably going to fall at some point in time, and I really don't want road rash, and I don't want to break a bone. So please be smart. Whatever you do, whatever you choose to act on with the call to action, please make sure it's in the realm of what you are able to do, but you're just afraid of, or it could be a real hard challenge for you. With challenge comes growth. And when you grow, you start to find a new spark in your life, a new love and an excitement for living again. And I think we all could use that sometimes. We all go through that valley of you feel like you're stagnant and you're stuck where you're at, right? So the call to action today would be making sure that this is doable with your support staff and your doctors. Find something that you've been longing to try, but you've been very afraid to do. Something that's going to take a little bit of grit on your part, and give it a shot. Don't worry if you get it right off the bat. Don't worry if you fail. Protect yourself. Don't worry if you fall. Okay, we all fall, literally and metaphorically. But try. Try to find something that will ignite a new fire in your belly, something that's going to ignite a love for your life again, something that's going to make you feel alive. Because really, all I want you to do is live your best, most fulfilling life. And you cannot do that playing it safe. You can't do it wondering or telling yourself, I can't, or wondering if you should or shouldn't. Sometimes we just gotta do it. We just need to, suck it up, pull up our big boy pants, big girl pants, and just go do it. Try anything, but give it a shot. Don't sell yourself short. You'd be very surprised on what things you can do. And like always, take baby steps. Maybe you aren't meant to go and jump in the water and try a mono ski, or a slalom ski. That's okay. I know my personality, and I am such a pain in my own ass most of the time, that I will do things that even worry my husband. But could I have done a mono ski sitting down and outriggers to give me some more balance? Yeah. I could have done tubing on Friday. That's pretty darn safe. I could have gone fishing. They had fishing. Even if that doesn't take any really leg balance, it's getting out, meeting new people, trying something different, and just enjoying life. So get out, enjoy your life, do something to challenge yourself, push the envelope just a little bit so that you can get out of your comfort zone and find that you still have the ability to achieve amazing things in your life. That's what I want for you. I want you to feel great about yourself. I want you to feel happy and content, not wondering and wishing. That's not going to be living your life. So get out there, try a new thing, challenge yourself, face a fear, and go for it. And if you fail the first time, get up and do it again. Get up and do it again, however many times it takes. But that will give you something, a carrot in front of you, so to speak, to keep pushing you a little bit more each day. If you can't do it the first time, go for it the second time. If it's still a struggle, make some adjustments, tweak, build up muscle strength, build up core strength, try it again, whatever it takes. But get out there and do it. Challenge yourself. I guarantee you that when you do and you face a fear, you're going to feel so different about your outlook on life. You're going to feel so great inside of yourself. It's nothing like I've ever experienced. I mean, I'm doing things that I did as a two-legger, but I know that everything's stacked against me, missing of one leg. And that's okay, because that drives me to saying, nothing's going to beat me. Nothing's going to beat me down. And I am not going to allow me having one leg to dictate what I can or cannot try in my life. And if it means I fail, then I fail. But at least I can say I tried. And then I can make the adjustments to see if I want to try it again or if it's not worth it anymore. But at least I did it. And that's where I want you to be. So your call to action, figure out something that you've been itching to do. Maybe something that people have told you, oh, you can't do that. Prove them wrong. Prove yourself wrong. Start talking positively to yourself and start really living your life. That's it. That's it for you guys today. I really, really hope you're doing great. I hope that you're feeling the love. I feel like that you're around the people you need to be around, and that you are enjoying your summer as summer breaks are starting to happen all around the nation. And you know what? As always, be healthy, be happy, be you.